Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
What is the deal, people?
I feel like my hair is on.
What's going on, y'all? It's Wednesday. It is Let's Talk Love. And I am your favorite prescriber, Miss Love Doctor. And this is my beautiful co-host,
Beauty on the beat.
And this is definitely where love meets beauty. And thank y'all for tuning in to Let's Talk Love right here on the hottest station on the planet. This is Hot 702.5. And we talking some love today and other things as usual. But, of course, I got to check and see, how was your week?
Now that I'm back, hey, I missed y'all.
She back.
I be feeling like it's up and down. It was just life be lifing, and I'm glad that I feel much better, and I'm taking care of myself, and I feel much better, and great things have just been coming because I'm noticing more, and I'm just
being grateful for what you can notice makes you notice more.
And I just been noticing some shit, and I'm pretty dope. So I'm like, okay,
what you say?
I'm pretty dope.
I mean, heavy on the dope, heavy on the pretty.
I'm like, let me
love me. That's
let me but it's let me, because the self-sabotaging. That is true as well. I love my Let's Talk Love shirt.
Why you ain't tell me? We could have been twinsies.
My bad. I was like, what am I gonna wear? And I was like, let me just put it on.
Did your thing. We was still in unison, so I got on black.
And it's too hot for wigs, y'all. Okay, listen, ladies, y'all can spend y'all money if you want to, okay? But y'all wigs are not going to last no 2 weeks. Sorry.
Is it supposed to last 2 weeks?
Yes, they want it to. Otherwise, you're gonna have to keep having somebody lay your wig if you don't know how to lay it yourself. It gets expensive. Lace wigs, I'm like, hey, listen, y'all better get these glueless wigs where you can it ain't gonna fall off unless somebody intentionally pull your shit off.
A glueless wig. Okay.
Yes, okay? That was just a tip for the day. Wig tip for the day.
You gotta get wig tips. Okay, yeah, so,
how was your week?
Girl, this retrograde has been retrograding. I just really feel like the week was heavy. But I feel like there's so much clarity. It's crazy. It's crazy. It was heavy to like really dig deep and look at certain things and really own some shit, and it's like, damn, the reality of some things is serious, but you gotta do it. That's why I was like, man, this healing thing is real. It's a real process. It's like I literally still think of it as like a sore, right? Like, so if you get this deep ass, depending on what you're healing at the moment, because you can't just heal yourself like, oh, bring, you're all healed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Especially
I feel it now and I know it.
The older you get, you have experienced more than one thing, and these one little tiny things you probably didn't even think was something that you even still had in your little backpack.
Ooh, girl.
Backpack. But yeah, so it's been cool. Like, it's been working out. Got some good news today. I did have a scary ass experience this week, though. I said I was gonna post it on my social media, but yeah, I pretty much, I guess they consider it a car accident because I definitely got to pay a deductible.
Wow. Tell him. You don't want to tell him what happened?
Basically, somebody hit like an industrial size mop bucket, and once they hit it, I seen it flying. I was like, it's faster than what I'm saying it, but I'm like, what the hell? By the time I'm like, what the hell is that? Because I seen them hit it, boom, in this left lane. Wow. But it was flying over, so it hit the passenger side of my car.
Wow.
But that's why I was like, this shit is coming straight from my windshield. That's what I was thinking, like, fuck. So I tried to like slow down.
Yeah.
But it caught the front end, so it like busted my hood and the headlight.
And you didn't even notice until you went and got what?
some gas. Not even that, like, because I knew it, like, hit it and it was loud, but I didn't think, like, it did damage like that. I thought maybe I nicked it. I thought it was probably just like, you know. But no. I was running late for work. That was the whole thing after that. So I told my boss, I'm like, I was early yesterday, but I'm going to be a few minutes late today.
Give me grace.
Hit my damn car. I was like, oh, my God. But anyway, on the flip side of things, of course, you have to look at the glass half full. It did not hit the windshield, because if it would have hit the windshield, I think our conversation probably would be a little bit different, because it fucked the front end of my car up. So if it dented, I have to get a whole new hood. They came out and did the thing today. Like, my hood is non-replaceable.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, why y'all charging so much for shit that don't even last long? That's all I'm asking.
The car?
Yes. You telling me one thing? So why am I paying so much for plastic?
And what kind of plastic is it? See, it's a lot of things.
Because back in the day, you remember Ford type of cars? It was like built for tough. What the fuck was that?
Steel.
Exactly. Like
take
the whole
ticking,
thing
takes
is
the licking and keep on ticking.
Listen, y'all better lower y'all prices on all this shit, because this is ridiculous.
Time to boycott. I don't know who needs to hear me say that. Like, I keep telling everybody. The lady was like, how would it work? I said, this is how it works.
Yeah.
We start with one company. Then we start with two companies, because we can't just not buy things. We can't not survive. So that makes it, we can't just be like, we ain't buying no gas, we ain't buying
like
no
everybody
food.
Go and do this on this specific day. Don't buy anything
like, even
else
if
after.
it's, I mean, like, as far as a food chain, because they ridiculous. You making the quality of the food go down, but the price go up. That's ridiculous. And then it's like, so we can start with one food chain company, or you can start with like one big ass grocery store or one corporation. Like, once money talks. So the seconds that their pockets is being affected, they're going to want to hear what you got to say.
Ooh, you already know.
And COVID for me did it. Like, you big organizations have people working for you 20, 30 years. And that, I'm pretty sure they made you a couple of million within all this time. And then COVID hits and you just let them go like that?
We left Oakland. 6 months later, we were jobless.
6 months later.
6 months later. That's crazy to me. We survived it though, won't he?
Okay.
By the grace of the Lord.
Well, y'all be sure to comment on this show. Come on in here and talk some love with us.
Come on in.
If you want to call in, 702-551-5261. We would love to hear from you guys, of course. And it's a safe space. Just be respectful. Keep it classy. But we are talking about postpartum love today.
Ooh.
And I had to be heavy on the love when it comes to the postpartum, right? And I just had a conversation on the way in. Didn't know that I was going to put this in the show, but the conversation, I was like, this is you right now. This is you. Who we talking about? All this stuff we talking about right now, you're literally experiencing it right now.
Who you talked to before the show?
You know. You know who I was talking
Hell yeah. To. I told you, I need you to call. I talked to her too. That's crazy.
But you already know. So, like, after having, like, many conversations with you about this, like, I was trying to kind of stay away from the topic, but I think I know the importance of the support that women deserve. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And need, especially during the postpartum process and the transitioning after having a human being.
Yeah.
Right? And who we talking about? She said, hey. Hey, Daisy.
You already know.
But yeah, I told her I was going to probably tell this story. But, you know, we all basically know how I feel about postpartum care and respect. Because there's a lot of respect that's lacking. You know what I mean? But greatly reserved. So the topic is more important that we are willing to pour into. And this is a serious situation. And I think that people have understood what was going on with the woman and her body. When this going on, they'll be more supportive to the process.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And more they know. Yes.
And we wouldn't I think that people probably wouldn't take, like, getting someone pregnant so lightly.
Ooh, yes.
You know, sometimes I think people would truly forget that they're making a whole ass human when they're while having sex. And I see a lot of times on these here, you know, social medias that I'm going to share this same show to, you see a lot of men, and, you know, I already know this is, we neutral over here, but I'm going to just keep it 100.
She didn't say all men.
I see a lot of men who will, if there's a comment about either baby mamas or single mothers or whatever, they'll say like, oh, well, she should have made a better choice and a better decision on who she decided to lay down with, or, you know, like, you the one let them nut in you, you the one let them bust in you, but forgetting that if this nut didn't make this sperm, there wouldn't be a child. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They
wouldn't have been here either.
impregnate. We can't impregnate ourselves.
Exactly.
You know, so either way it goes, there's still two people that are involved. I don't give a fuck how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Like, if she made a bad decision on him, he clearly made a bad decision on her. Mm-hmm. But he cool because he could walk away and she's stuck with the responsibility.
I learned that at 10. Remember? That's why I said I was not messing with no boys.
Like, you would think that one, I'm like, if it was like, I'm not going to be playing my little nappy-headed seeds all over the place because, baby,
exactly,
I'll be looking like, so what? How was you and your grandmother's relationship? And that's really how I used to vet guys when they, oh, you need to have me a baby girl and all that. How cool are you and grandma? You know, like, get deeper, like, oh, you and your grandmother don't have a relationship? Like, no, this is not going to work out. I need my baby to have a good foundation family.
Yeah.
Where y'all get along and they can come over and do great things with the family. But yeah.
Dang. So where do you, because you know you deal with postpartum. I love that about, you know, your business side. How this is a great topic to talk about, especially what's the passion behind you becoming, you know, Keys do love mommies, you know? Because I really think that you are very passionate about women. Just in general, not like I'm all for girls, but I'm in the thing for women.
Yeah.
You understand?
I feel like we're the underdogs.
So
I'll
give
be
me
rooting
some.
for the underdogs. But how? So like, what made me want to get into?
Yes.
it?
What made you start Keys Do Love Mommy?
So it was two things that was happening all at the same time, but like, I don't know, like, I feel like sometimes things be happening and I feel like I watch them happen, then I watch it come back around. It's just weird.
You pay attention, you're observant.
Somebody asked me, I think we had to do an assignment in college, and it was like, you had to just answer the question. And the question was like, what did you want to do? What do you want to be when you grow up? And I said it. I was like, I want to deliver babies. And then I was like, oh my God, like, where the hell did my dreams go? I legit, all while I was younger, like that, I was going away to college. I was going to HBCU. I was going to be a doctor. I was going to be just like the Huxtables, okay? So I was going to be in a different world. You hear me? But a different world.
Was a different
a whole different world. So that was like one thing, but that didn't lead to the other thing, but they kind of make sense. So we had to take a human sexuality class, and there were some we had to do a whole chapter on birth, and basically it was from birth. The whole book is from birth to death, right? So it's about human nature, right?
Yeah.
And there were two doulas who I actually followed them, who came into the classroom. So as they were talking, naturally, I'm looking up certifications. Still not putting this all in together. So then right after that, I had to do an assignment on postpartum psychosis. And that was like the deepest shit that I've ever seen. And I had to think to myself, like, I'm literally an empathetic person. Like, I don't like that a bit about myself, but I have to just understand that's who I am. But because I will definitely put myself in your shoes so I can understand how you feeling. So therefore, that's how I probably can know how to help you, you know?
Yep.
But the women, when they broke it down, like how they felt, and the lack of support that they were receiving, like, I felt like when you have, listen, ladies, anybody listening, when you have your menstrual cycle, like, there is so much going on inside of you, and it's just like, only a woman could ever understand that. And it's not like nobody's trying to make a big excuse for, like, I legit feel like we need to go to legislature and talk about 2 mental health days when you're on your cycle.
Yes.
It is so hard to function.
Yes.
Them first 2 days.
Walking, if you have bad cramps, like, nobody wants to.
Like, just at work suffering. Literally suffering. And then you're like hormonal, and then you're looking for chocolate, and you know what I'm saying? So when these ladies got to explaining how their hormones were, like, because you literally go up to down, right? So their hormones have points of, like, it is a level of psychosis past depression. Past postpartum depression, but it's to where these women that they interviewed literally killed their kids.
What?
Like the one lady, her reasoning was, she said she was so paranoid, which we're going to talk about that in here because fear is something. And you get anxiety when you have the baby because you're empathetic from oxytocin going so high and low. Your empathetic thing kicks into a whole new level. Now you have this human to be protective of. And now you are paranoid. Is the baby breathing? Is the baby this? You doing this? You doing that? You doing that? So she thought it got so bad for her that it scared her. Like, I can't take, and I could relate. I'm just gonna be 100 with y'all. Like, this is a real show, right? We talk about love. We talk about matters of the heart. This one particular lady that I'm telling you about, I can relate to because I don't want my kid to be exposed to any of this stuff in the world because I know it doesn't deserve it. All the hate, all the crimes, all the this, all the teasing, all the bullying. Like, that's not who we're born to be. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. So I feel that my child, this world doesn't deserve my child. So I am thankful that God didn't give me any kids. So when people are like, you still ain't got no kids? No, that ship has sailed and I'm okay with that.
And you sacrificed your...
I would have to, right?
You did.
So what she did was she thought, I can't. She just couldn't even let her baby out. Like, I can't let it out of my sight. Where's it going to go to school? Where's it going to like, it just started to consume her. So she suffocated the baby.
Wow. And you never know after having a kid, like, I mean, I can understand that part as well of just being fearful of everything.
I've seen so many mothers, like, even Amina, we was talking about, like, the baby in the crib. She was like, my baby never slept in the crib. I wasn't finna roll over on my baby. Naturally, you think
my kid slept with me. I was scared as heck because, you know, these things, but it was easy for me. I had to think about myself as well. Like, I'm the one that has to get up. I'm the one that has to put the breast in its mouth in order for it to eat every fucking 2 hours. Like, you know, my husband...
that's a sacrifice.
Ooh, Marcus is like, you can do this. I'm like, you can do this. Can you do it? Can you do it?
I don't know why there's not more respect on women. Like, women are literally superheroes, in my opinion. I don't care.
And I can see how
anybody want to argue with me, debate with me, whatever you want to call it, but women are superheroes. And whoever's arguing and debating, you still came out of the legs of a woman. So, all I'm saying is, superpowers...
Yeah.
On 1,000.
And that's why I never understood where our sacrifices came in. Day one.
Why isn't it even called a sacrifice? It should be like because you are sacrificing your life every single time you get pregnant.
And either have a child. Like, that's what I kind of felt like, dang, like, it's crazy. Like, okay, I know that Marcus loved me, but when he said that he saw me in pain having his child, made him know that I loved him. I'm like, well, huh?
You made it. You gave him a child. You had his child. He nutted in you. The same thing we just talked about, right?
Yeah.
He put it in you. Yeah. And you did that. You carried it.
He was like, that was the epitome of love. You doing that for me right there.
That's like Queen Elsa and Anna. Duh.
And you know we love our Disney movies.
It has to be an act of love to save.
Hella true.
And she did that. She sacrificed herself for her.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna break this thing on down. So postpartum, per WebMD. Mm-hmm. No, see, I'm ignorant. This is what I did because I was already going on a rant about we were supposed to stay on the fact that they bust a nut in them. So I went all off script. I'm going to just let you know. And I was like, let me just break this thing down.
Tell them, because I was in there like, bitch,
WebMD, producing sperm is the main function of the male reproductive system.
That's the only thing y'all got to do.
Bam. That's it.
Not saying that's the only thing, y'all, but y'all don't really do as much.
That's the main
that y'all want to give respect
the male
for.
Reproductive system. And we're not talking about our reproductive system today. But, of course, it says gametes and special sex cells that contain the genetic information necessary to create a new life. So their sperm creates if you have a boy or a girl. So 2 things.
Okay.
Human reproduction.
So hold on, I just want to make sure that I understand. His sperm dictates if I have a boy or a girl.
Yes.
His sperm.
Yes.
Okay. So he has boy sperm and girl sperms. You are correct. I do know that. Okay, yes, thank
And
you.
they all like trying to get there.
Just keep swimming.
So the fusion of the two gametes, one sperm must fertilize an egg or ovum, right? So a woman cannot impregnate herself.
No.
I mean, there is lab work now these days, so I'm not talking about that. We're going to keep this thing biological.
Yes.
You know, and I mean, I got a little bit off track about postpartum, but I was just like,
this, it rolls in it, y'all. I'm telling you, it's got some fire coming out. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Define postpartum.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a dry ass definition. Like, when I be looking these definitions up, I be like, you can give me a little bit more? Like,
I mean,
the time begins right after a woman gives birth, and it lasts about 6 weeks.
That's what they feel. Our body is good after 6 weeks. After we held it for 9 months.
They're saying the postpartum portion of it lasts about 6 weeks.
And how did they quantify that?
That timeline is subjective. The same 6 weeks they tell y'all to wait to have sex.
Exactly.
Is the 6 weeks they're giving you for your body to heal.
So
it's the postpartum healing process.
Yeah.
They're not talking about the internal part.
Yeah, because I'm like, well,
because that can last
who dictated
years.
that? Who
This is just, I don't
that?
know. This is the
I'm tired of. I've been
definition.
hearing a lot of statistics, and I'm like, who dictated these motherfucking statistics? Like,
But you know, they didn't want to define it good, so we're gonna go ahead and do it. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. So the first weeks after giving birth. Now, this is where I got a little choked up, because I'm like, the first 6 weeks, it's not like, okay, I had a baby in a couple days, I'm good. No, you have to be healing for 6 whole weeks. That's 2 months. So you had to carry this child for 10 months. Now you got to heal for 2 more months. Oh my gosh.
and then all you hear is guys like, well, I sacrificed and I waited, and my auntie and my mama are 12. One is in January, one is in December. I said, Grandma didn't wait. That's what happened. I'm like, well, Grandma and Grandpa, they did not wait. If you had 9 kids and they have all of these ages, I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, well, how was you handling? Like, damn, Grandma, you did all of that.
You did all of that. First, you create the baby. You got to protect the baby inside of your whole ass body, right here in the middle, in the core, right?
Yes.
To build a healthy human. And then
you have it. You have to take care of it. Then they want to fuck you to make another one that you got to do the same thing over and over. Bitch, I cannot believe. Thank God that I was on a whole nother way, bitch. I would have said no to kids too.
No.
Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't want, children is our future, right? But fuck, like it. The fairy tale that they give us is not fucking true, because at the end of the day, it's more than just us having to take care of a fucking child. Now we have to take care of their roof. How do we keep them safe? We have to figure out how to clothe them, how to fucking feed them. Like, it's a whole nother fucking human being, and so many people want to have it, so many people want to nut. The whole last week show, the week before that, about the game of how to get in the coochie, like all of this that come with a fucking. Ooh, let me calm down. Okay, y'all know I can go. Let me just keep going.
We might as well talk about everything that is going on during the postpartum thing, so you can confirm. I can't. So you let me know.
Tell me.
This is all like educational process.
Okay. Because for me, I've never talked about it, so.
But so all these things are going on for your body within the last 10 months, right? Now your body all of a sudden has expelled this child, and it's like, what do I do now? How do I go back to where I was physically, mentally, emotionally, you know what I'm saying, hormonally and more, but after birth, there's pain and recovery. You got belly cramps. Your uterus is now shrinking after it is stretched. Vaginal soreness. Organs is moving back into.
So they just doing it on their own. You ain't even notice that the shit
human
doing
body
it.
is amazing. I'm telling you, y'all superheroes, bro.
That's crazy.
So the organs, especially if you have a C-section, when they cut you, they take your organs and put them in the bowl, and then they put them back in there. They have to go back into where they go.
You're lying.
You ain't never watched that?
Hell no.
That's your homework.
So
Yes.
sorry. Wow. I had a C-section.
The period.
How the fuck I didn't know that shit? I mean, because you're laying on the table, bro.
They go like this. Whoosh, they cut it and it cuts your stomach.
I felt the cut. I felt the
cuts-
pressure. But it was like, I mean, they numbed
There
you.
was a point in time where I was obsessed with watching those videos, like birthing video. I don't know
I used
why.
to watch TLC, but I
Maybe to
never
keep
seen.
myself scared.
Did they put that shit? I never paid attention that they take out our organs and put it on the thing and put
They
that shit
move
back.
them. They gotta get the baby out,
I thought they just move it, like
gently. No,
Yeah,
there's
like-
nothing
like
gentle about that surgery. There is nothing. Like you say, you feel the tugging.
And if you pull out
if
a
you felt the
10-pound baby,
and they just pull
10
it out.
pounds.
They are not gentle during that surgery. They trying to move and do the next surgery. It's about money for them.
Fucking
So you
shit.
got I can't say this word, perineum.
That sound right.
Or recovery.
Okay.
You know, the area between, the area right there. You get a episiotomy recovery.
What is?
That's when you either rip or they cut you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That same area.
Mhm.
The cesarean, the C-section.
Yeah.
You so funny, Marquita. Hey, Nisha. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Dee Dee.
Hey,
Nisha
guys.
said, I heard mentally postpartum is the first 2 years. It's possible. It just depends on the person and their mental state and how things affect them after they have the child, which you never really know.
But what if you keep having kids? How does your mental state
One kid,
stay?
the other kid could offset it. You never know.
Oh. Okay.
You never know. Or
Yeah.
it could, you probably just never dealt with it. But it shows up. It shows up. So I just want to be clear on everything that's happening to this woman.
So
Right?
she-
vaginal discharge.
Uh-huh.
The body's getting rid of the blood, the tissue, the uterus tissue.
Y'all wear the
and
big ass
more.
pads
Your
and the
breasts are
panties.
engorged.
Fuck
They're
it.
filled with milk, nipple pain, and or bleeding,
Child.
swelling,
Yes.
hemorrhoids, constipation, urinary problems, the
Damn.
pain, the burning, or whatever, incontinence when you can't go, sweats, night sweats. Your skin and your hair is all jacked up because the baby done took all of that.
Edges is gone. Y'all be
Baby
talking about
took
wigs.
all of that.
It be our kids that take our edges.
Emotionally, you got anxiety, you got fear,
Okay. True.
and then possible the baby blues, postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis, or then you with the fear you got like, what I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You feel inadequate. Or what if you and the baby don't bond right away? So then you really feel inadequate.
No, that's crazy because most people, when you're pregnant, you get so much attention and support. Okay, it is.
That's
it is
another reason why I did postpartum. Because they be like, let me rub your feet.
Yeah,
Like after
they
you had a
wanna-
baby, it's like, boop, you out the door.
like you done. Like, bro, like wait a minute. Now I have all these extra things that are happening to my body. Side effects, what you want to call it, the way of your body.
Everything that was going on, all them emotions you
Yes.
was doing the opposite now. But just to think about this, all while remaining a bad bitch, keeping your man sexually satisfied so he don't gotta wait 6 weeks, keeping the house up, keeping the house up and preparing to go back to work so that they don't understand that you have to have a baby at home. And then now on top of that, you got to think about who's gonna watch my child. Who can you trust with this new precious thing that you done pushed out your vagina that's not gonna harm, hurt, or whatever because the world is all jacked up, and all while still trying to keep it all together.
Yes. When I had my son, my oldest, I wanted my mom. I was like, I needed her. I said I didn't care. I wanted to be under Marcus for so long, and then as soon as I got to that pain, I needed my mom. I was like, I don't need. He rubbing on me. Where my mama? Mama, come here. Like she remembered. She know I was the mean.
everything. I swear to God, I was Kiki Lamar's coach and everything.
Really?
Like, we went to class. All this shit, right,
bro.
I'm in there trying to rub her. Well, girl, we almost had an altercation up in there.
It is.
She was like, "Stop touching me." I'm like, bro. Bro, you got one more again. She like, I just want my mama. Clearly your mama ain't in here, okay? So she wanted her mama.
It
She
is
wanted her mama.
a fucking feeling because that's who comforted us. That's who did that for us. And she did this. She been through this. I'm like, Ma, I need.
She had you.
Every time he would touch me, get the fuck off of me. I need my mom right here. And he's like, well,
He
no.
didn't know what to do.
So you did this shit. You did this shit.
He didn't know what to do. Poor
And
Marcus.
I was like, I don't want to see you. I really, Man, that's a true motherfucking statement. When you in pain and you just feel like you want that familiarness, you want the person that's gonna understand you, and you trust that person. Not saying that you don't trust your husband. This nigga don't know what he doing. He couldn't help me in the delivery room. This nigga don't know shit about a baby. He's not taking my child. That's my child. It's not right. And sometimes, you want.
I was like, what?
You want to share your child, but when you have it, like you were saying, that they hear a heartbeat, you don't want to share it, bro. You don't want to share your child. Even though you need the help, even though it's a whole type of emotionals, like you said. Yeah. Like you have to give it because you need to continue to do shit to provide. But then you want to have, that's your child. You want to be around it. You want to see every moment. Like, damn, he didn't do that. I missed that. Like, that's the whole mom guilt thing as well. So it's like it's the fear, it's everything.
Yeah, it's definitely a whole lot.
Man,
it's a whole lot to them.
She made me. I'm like, bitch, I am a superwoman. Thank you, a superhero.
Definitely a superhero, bro. Like I don't know no other way to put that, but
that's crazy.
Yeah, but
hey. But thank you for teaching us, bro. Because like I said, I used to watch TLC and watch the shows and different things, but I never put it in context of when parents you be lifing.
Yeah.
You just start, and like you said, all of this shit that we literally just did, and we're doing it over and over and over. And depending on how close they are in age, how far, like it's still a surreal thing because every birth is different.
Yeah,
I could have 2 kids and die on the 3rd one. Like that shit that's crazy.
Yeah,
like each time, that all of those things, that's why we feel so slighted and jaded and
it's tough.
and like, damn, we sacrificed ourselves. Whether we become a good mother or not, we still sacrifice ourselves to give a life, to bring something into this world.
That's a huge sacrifice. And the fact that the same people who talk so bad about women all came from a woman, and that's women included.
Even when that, I hate when I see women.
That's women included. Like, bro, you know exactly what women go through, so why would you even want to? And that goes back to the same thing that I be saying about all this shit. Like, you know exactly how much pain that you felt when you had whatever that feeling was, so why the hell are you projecting it? Why are you putting it out there? Like, why would you even want, like, I don't know, like the lack of respect is something else. Like, if you only knew, but you don't know.
That's why I'm glad you're talking about it. You
know what I'm saying? It's very important for people to pay attention to that, because a lot of mothers go through things. So I'm gonna tell y'all a little lighter story, so because I know Dee on here. But another thing about postpartum, right? And just to switch it up, this is, I don't know, it just popped in my head.
Okay, because it was getting heavy. So let's go.
It was getting a little heavy, but like, it's 2 sides to this story. On one side, I'm gonna leave because she already, we all know, like, we gonna get through that part. But the second part is like the most beautiful thing that you could ever fucking see in your life.
Okay.
And when I tell you, I feel like I cry at like weddings, babies, whatever. And we in Costa Rica, in the pool, having drinks, having a great time, getting a tan, you can picture it, right?
I'm already, because I see y'all in the pool already. Dee on Maurice, hold on.
At this time I'm sitting on the side of the pool because I'm having some French fries. I gotta keep it, because we are having drinks in the sun. So I'm having some fries, and she's on the side of the pool like this, like leaning on the side of the pool, like in the pool, but leaning. I'm already there watching her. She doesn't know that I'm watching her. I actually have a video, and I'm just watching her. And it's the way she was looking. So I look at her and I was like, "Are you okay?" Because I had been watching her for a while. She just didn't know. Yeah. And I was like, "Are you okay?" And she was like, I'm just trying to get, it was the way she said it was so cute. Like, I was trying to get in touch with my kids.
Aww.
You know, like,
Yeah.
and they're not answering the phone.
Mm-hmm.
But right in that moment, they answered the phone. And when you can see
Her face.
how she melted when they got on that phone, and when she saw Dacian, it was like, oh my God, like, that's real love. Like, that's real love. You know what I'm saying? And I was just, I'm talking about, when I tell you, I was like, big tears. I was just looking, and they don't know, because I'm sitting there with my sunglasses on, but I'm watching her. I'm quiet. But I just picked up my phone and just started recording her. And then she looked up and she was like, what's wrong? You know, she was like, what's wrong with you?
Like,
What happened? Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, nothing. I'm telling, like, go ahead. So by now, everybody, like, trying to look like,
Yeah.
you crying? I'm like, no. It's sweaty out here.
Tears,
It
sweat,
is
I
sweaty
sweat.
out here, but, like, that's a portion of that postpartum. And I saw somebody make a post today too. She's like, I'm in Florida trying to live my best life. She's like, I don't know how y'all could be deadbeats, because I miss my babies. Like, I want to go home. You know what I'm saying? So and she just had a baby. So it's like that.
It's
that
the connection.
bond is so tight. You know what I'm saying? It's intertwined, I guess.
Our souls were together. They
Literally.
like you said, they get to hear. They were the only people
Just
that's
landing there, and
been
it's just
hearing our heartbeat.
That's almost like
and I
their
was able to hear
bedtime.
theirs.
Like the bedtime. Well, you were able to hear it in the ultrasound, but you can feel theirs, huh?
Yes.
You can feel their heartbeats.
When you you can feel like two
In
heart.
here, can you feel it in your stomach?
No, but feeling them kick, feeling them like move around, feeling their butt.
Human.
Yes, like that shit right there is like, damn, you feel like an alien, bro. I'm gonna say I feel like an alien. Because I felt like, damn, it is something in here, and as it grows and it's moving, and like MJ would like to just have his butt sticking out, so I would be able to just touch it. Like when my daughter had the ultrasound, and I was like, oh my God, she's gonna be a little diva, and she smiled. Like, did she hear me? How the hell? Like, these are like, that's
And
the
then their
connection.
little personality traits and
It's the connection that you just see with them. So while they're gone, my kids are gone, it's like, so do you miss me? I know that they're like, nah, ma, like, you know, I'm gonna see you.
relax.
Yeah, but it's like, no, I miss your essence. I miss coming home and seeing or hearing you guys, or it's y'all. We are connected.
Yeah, where was I at? Where were we at? Oh, we were at Cork and Thorn, and this guy that I he used to perform, and I've seen him quite a few times, and his son was performing. But I was watching him. You know, I'm a people watcher, but I was watching him watch his son do what he loved. And I was like, how do you feel? And he went into manager mode. Like, I'm his manager, we working. I said, how do you feel? I didn't ask you what you do. Like, how do you feel watching now, that's your seed, done grew up from in the stomach to on the stage. You know what I'm saying?
From
like
your
that's
nut to
crazy.
your stage. Like,
and that was like in that very moment, like it's moments like that when I would like, okay, like it would have been dope as hell to see a little me, because I feel like you know. It would have been cool.
There's a little you already here, bro, and you didn't have to birth it. Tiana Ray is Tiana Marie, right? That's her full name.
Tiana Ray Marie. Why are you saying her full name?
Because it's so cute, okay? But that is you. To me, like all of her, just her personality, and it's you. She has her mama. I ain't gonna say that she ain't, because she got her mama, okay? But like a lot of you is in her.
That's my baby.
So yes, yes, and it's because I seen all the videos of you talking to her. You like, that's kind of like the male talk, like when Marcus we played music for little Marcus and he talked to him. Like they hear all of that. So when they come out and they hear your voice.
Well, my godson told me. He was little. I used to have real conversations with him because he would talk to you like so as a matter of fact. He was like, I knew you. Like, I knew you. I knew your voice, he said. I didn't know how you looked, but I knew your voice. I said, how you know my voice? He was like, because you used to talk to my mom all the time and y'all used to watch TV. But he was like a kid. I'm like, you know, most time you discredit it like they make believe or whatever. But I'm like, I used to talk to his mom all the time and we probably was watching TV. So I'm not gonna discredit what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. It's crazy.
And having conversations with kids, I have conversations with different kids. Like, you know, working in the hotel industry, I'm always talking, hey, how you doing today? Like, oh, do you want, like, I beeline to the kids. Like, this is a vacation for you, too. Like, I want you to feel like you're seen.
Right.
You're here. I'm always the one that want to go and have fun with the little kids.
Why not?
They are future.
You should have seen when she left. What? When she FaceTime us? Who? Oh, you should see son when she FaceTime us. He remembers me from the I used to talk to him in the stomach too. But he just
it's the way
like,
that baby's eyes look when it's like, it's a voice out here. What the heck? What?
Who is that?
Exactly.
But okay, so this is the show of getting off track, but it's cool because it all goes together. And I was telling her, like, there's so many different avenues with this conversation that, like, I feel like birth needs its own conversation. Postpartum depression needs its own conversation. But we were having a conversation about postpartum care, and that's how we even got here. So I was like, all right, cool, bet. But the reason why postpartum care is so important is because, for one, you got to monitor the person and everything that they got going on.
Yep.
Because the initial acute critical period is about the 6 to 12 hours postpartum, right?
Yeah.
You got to think about, like, hemorrhaging and uterine inversions.
And I never thought of
amniotic fluid embolism.
Yeah.
Eclampsia, like things like that. If those things are happening, that's when, again, you sacrifice yourself. So you're running up against that risk. And that these things can happen immediately afterwards.
Within the 6 hours, you said the first 6 hours.
The first 6 to 12 hours is like critical. You know, so they should really be taking care of you guys really good.
They should have videos for this while we, you know, sex ed. I hope that I don't remember seeing this in sex ed.
About, like, giving birth to a child.
Giving birth to a child.
You know, it was probably real blanket. You know what I'm saying? Like, it probably was whatever.
Hell yeah, because I think more people probably would have been like, nah, I'm not signing up for that.
That was enough.
I seen it at 10. That's why I said I'm good.
I was scared straight. I was like, bro, even with the doctor's appointment, I'm like, so every single time he got to stick his fingers in there, he'd be poking it. I was like, no, thank you. No.
I don't know if that's a Capricorn thing.
So, you know, you have a dramatic, like, drop in hormones like estrogen and oxytocin because it is so high. Now you've had the baby, it's a crash. So definitely that, you know what I'm saying, your hormonal levels does something like that's unheard of.
Exactly. So fellas, can y'all stop saying that women are crazy when they're pregnant? They're fucking pregnant.
The thing about it is hormonally, that it's not the word crazy, but if you really think about everything that is literally going on in a human body at one time, you be fucking feeling like you crazy too. And you can't be like, well, you need to understand how you feel. You try it. You try it. Well, why you don't never know what you want to eat? Especially if it's around that time, I'm never going to know what I want to eat.
Yeah. I love seafood. Bree wouldn't let me have it at all. Not even for my birthday. I'm like, dang, I can't even have this for my birthday. That's what I'm saying. These are the things that us women go through.
A lot of things. So I think maybe we could talk about, like, what is needed. What are some things that are needed after you had a baby? Like, basically, you know the 5-5-5 rule, right? So the 5-5-5 rule.
I was like, girl, teach me.
5 days in bed, 5 days on bed, 5 days by the bed.
What?
Because you really shouldn't be leaving that far from the bed. You literally need those days.
So why is people taking their kids outside in 1 week? That ain't 5-5-5. Right?
I don't know why they do that.
I'm just saying, like, I mean,
I don't know why they do that.
But I'm saying, if that is the case, we're not even supposed to be moving around. We're supposed to be at least 15 days just chilling. I know 2 weeks after I gave birth to Bree, I said, sis, I ain't missing your birthday. Turn up. Let's go. That was 2 weeks.
You was feeling Up to it.
I don't know. Shit, I just did it. I was like, bitch, I was down for 9 months. It's time for me to.
I think that's what people be so worried about. Is
yes.
The fact that they couldn't do stuff.
You don't
so
care
long.
about. You don't give a fuck about the pain you go through. You be like, I'll deal with it later. Like it's
Sacrifice.
true. Ladies,
Another
tell
damn
me.
sacrifice. I'm going outside.
I'm going outside.
Be like, are you gonna drink? And don't nobody want to be drinking around me. I'm like, are you gonna drink? Like, I'm gonna pump and dump. Like,
express like this. Just let it go out. And I will say, hey babe, you need to take this. I'm gonna pump all of it, and then yes, we're gonna dump it, and then I'll try it to make sure that it don't taste like alcohol or anything. And I'll wait because I'm like scary like that, so I'll wait 4 to 6 hours or a whole ass day. Like legit, I breastfed all of my children till they were till I had another kid. So like if I was 13 months and then I had another kid, I was like, I'm not gonna have 2 motherfucking kids on these titties. I'm just gonna I want my body. Can I just have my body for like a second?
Let's little bit talk about that. Like that's some serious shit. And I never really thought about it and how in depth it is. Like the fact that you have a human that's literally sucking on your nipple and there's milk coming out, so therefore your milk ducts have to be unclogged.
Every 2
hours.
So
when I saw a nipple bleeding, I was like, oh my God, your nipple's bleeding.
No, when it's hard and chapped and crusted from the milk on it, these nipple guards were so great because I was ready to give up. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna give them this formula, whatever, I don't care. Like I read all of the things that was gonna be beneficial for the kids, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta do it. I gotta do it, right? And then I was like, but it's a detriment to me. It's hurting me.
What?
Breastfeeding was hurting me.
Oh, hurting. Like hurting.
Hurting. Physically hurting. Engorged, like you said, having that, or just being able to be a whole big old stain right here, walking, breastfeeding at the same time, people looking at you like you shouldn't be. My baby gotta eat. These is titties. Yes, they are.
You ate off of them.
I'm not looking at it as a sexual thing. This is my child. I am doing the form of the function.
And just think about that, the fact that our bodies can produce milk which can feed and give full nutrients to a human being.
The only nutrients for a certain amount of age.
It's probably the only nutrients we should be drinking still to this day. But then again, they be having our asses hooked to the thing and pumping hormones in us to make your nipple get out. So they have to figure something else out. Good. Shout out to them. You already know they already devalue the hell out of us. So
yeah, so then they would definitely utilize us for that.
So that's the whole thing too. Like things that you would need, right? So you would need nipple balm. What about the Perry squeeze bottle so you can pee? You need the big ass, dirty ass, funky ass maxi pads.
Oh my God! And the diapers, just to keep them on. It's just
the netted panties.
It's more like support, because at the end of the day, I can't focus on healing myself if I have to feel that, hey, I am the feeder, I am the one that's gonna bathe them, I'm the one that's gonna get everything situated. I need to be able to rest. And what does rest looks like?
You probably need pain medicine with this rest. What they said, Epsom salt.
People, stop going into delivery rooms with the people that are giving birth and they can't eat for 12 hours or while they're eating. It's so cruel and unusual punishment because everybody want to go and get stuff to eat while you're in the pain. There. Yes. And then once I'm finished, nobody wants to go to get a bitch what she wants to eat after she waited and then pushed this fucking baby out. Y'all are wrong. Don't do that to if y'all have somebody that is about to have a child, make sure I'm gonna have your dinner, whatever you want, ready.
Yeah,
okay.
You might want to.
Because people will like, oh, okay, well now I'm about to go. The show has ended. So I was just a show. Now, nigga, I need help. I need help. Where y'all leaving?
Now everybody going to bed.
Yeah.
Oh, the baby's so cute.
Yeah. And they out. And then he out. He sleep. Like, oh, I'm tired. I was waking like, no, nigga, wake up. Stay with this child. Just wake me up so I can feed it. That's what, we need support. Y'all have
You
to
definitely need
understand.
support. That's one thing. You need help. You need to be able to ask for help too. Asking for help is huge. If you don't ask for help, then sometimes you can't get it. And that's just a real thing. I'm not saying from your spouse and your family. I'm saying if you need to reach out and you need some help, ask. Don't just assume that we be like, oh, well, I know you need some help. Like,
Okay.
I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and she was like, no. I was like, well, I thought you had a full support because of all the people that you had around. She was like, no.
Okay.
You know, but
right.
how do I know that?
Yeah.
I know I'm just one person, so I know when somebody's there to support me. But if I see you with the dad, the mom, the this, the that, I don't know what that support looks like because support looks different to everybody.
True. You're right.
So, so some other things you probably are going to need is like a donuts, pillow.
For the baby.
You put on there ice pack maxi pads.
Yes, ice pack.
Your
coochie just be on, just especially while it's like healing and you gotta go pee, and then it's like it be.
They said nobody talks about the burn, how bad it burns.
I thought I was shitting on myself. Yeah, I was like, no, I couldn't feel like nobody talks about before you get the epidural, you gotta go through.
You talking about when you was having the baby?
Yes, I felt like I'm like, oh, listen. That's like the worst because everybody is in there with you, ladies. Y'all know y'all felt like, I'm like, Ma, is something back there? Just tell me. She's like, it's nothing. I'm like, Ma, please, like, I feel like it's right there. Like, something
that was that
is
baby
there.
Pushing.
And she's like, no. I'm like, Mom, I'm telling you, I know I have a hemorrhoid. Like, it's something that's coming out. Like, just take a picture. She's like... I feel it. She's like, you're gonna feel the pressure. It's pressure. Like, fuck this pressure. I said that epidural didn't work.
Oh, Kiki said the ring of fire. The
ring
of fire. It's so much. It is so much that like we couldn't even get into everything that I honestly
and your uterus can drop. Like they say,
now
like
you get to think about your whole pelvic floor. You got to build
they're
your
like
pelvic floor back up.
I'm like, what is this? They I'm like, the baby is gone. Like, why do I feel? They're like, oh ma'am, I'm so sorry. You were pushing a lot, and it it's swollen or it's. I'm like, what? Bitch, I gotta. Yes, girl. Yes, it's a whole
like,
nother
how do
thing.
we unswole it?
Yes.
Do we put an ice pack on the inside? How are we gonna work this thing on out?
Because it hurts. That shit is
man.
It's a beautiful thing to see what comes out, but Lord
it's
Jesus.
Amazing. It's really a miracle, honestly.
Ooh.
And I just salute to all the women. And if anybody is really dealing with anything with some postpartum, like, and if you need to talk, like we are here for you.
Yes. That's why
even if you don't think that you need to talk, but you feel like I'm gonna give her a call, do it anyway, because sometimes you don't even know what you're feeling when you're feeling it. You don't know that you are dealing with postpartum if you don't know that you're dealing with postpartum, and that's a real thing. So just know that Keys Do Love Mommies is a place to provide a healthy village for healthy mothers to produce healthy children, because as my girl Whitney say, rest in peace Whitney, the children are the future, and that's a real thing.
Yes,
that is a real
100%.
Thing. If we don't get these kids together, then life and society will. And y'all see how that's working out. So if you definitely have had a baby, you pregnant, or just need to talk, baby could be 2-3 years old. Like I said, you never really know. And you might hit that rut and don't understand why you feel the way you feel.
Yep.
Definitely hit us up. You can inbox me on your IG, Miss Love Doctor, MIZZLOVE DOCTOR. But or contact us here for sure. But I definitely am passionate about it, because the care that women deserve after they have the baby is more. I'm not saying it's more important, because the whole process is, but it's just as important as when they're pregnant. Because you want to rub their feet and put them up and everything.
Yeah.
But after the baby, who's rubbing your feet? Who's rubbing your head? Because you just went through some stuff.
Yes.
And now your hormones are all like coming back to the same space. So it's a process. But we appreciate y'all tuning in. And make sure y'all come and talk love with us next week. I don't know if we're going to do a part 2 to this, or we'll bring this back around. But it's important to have these conversations. That's why we talk about matters of the heart here. All right. So we will see y'all next week.
Great show.
Smooches.
Run it back.